All right, Minecraft with the boys again. Uh, Still sick, obviously. Switch over to here. Cool. No light today, because I still like the way this looks. I'd prefer that it was slightly brighter. But, what you gonna do about it? Alright, we live.
Alright, bet.
Say what up to the stream. All that.
What else? We back? We back?
We ain't sleeping right now. I swear we ain't gonna fall asleep on stream again.
So, we back with D and Kid Ray again.
This time, we're gonna stay the whole time. Yeah. Yesterday, got a little too baked. So,
Today we're gonna be doing some shit. So the plan is we're gonna start with the Minecraft, obviously. Well, first we're gonna start with smoking. Kick him. Eli Londo joined.
You like kick him.
Hold on, Londo, I'll call you back in a minute. We're on stream. I'm trying to join back. It's not letting me.
You are in the. You're in it.
There we go.
But anyway, Minecraft. Well, obviously smoking first, then Minecraft, and then some reacting. We got more horror shit lined up, and then Red Dead. So, I think we're gonna start by smoking, as we usually do.
Yeah. Got the E-rig.
Yeah.
Got the injector. Let everybody know what y'all smoking on.
I'm today smoking on the half baked.
I was smoking on that wax again.
We got Eli on the cart. I'm on that bud.
Fucking on that OG Kush.
We on the half baked.
That hoe's fire, guys.
Hell yeah.
Really good card in Colorado.
Right now we rocking no pants, but it's okay. Just playing. It's just jokes. Just jokes.
Bro, what?
Are we going in?
Hell yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We did not make our daughter like that. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Oh my god.
That boy Eli feeling good.
Man, that man could be going crazy.
You guys ready to hop on the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a minute. I gotta use the restroom real quick.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll start up. I'll join you.
I bet. Well, Sebastian's gonna invite you. Then he's gonna invite me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Wait, I thought you added Sebastian.
No,
Yeah, but well, I added him, but he hasn't added me.
I didn't
'Cause
get the thing. Remember?
yeah, you can't find it.
He said,
I'm out here looking. I look pretty today, bro.
about it.
I'm waiting on y'all.
I'm in the game. I mean,
Well, I guess I'm waiting for Eli. Oh, he's in the restroom.
but for those of you who haven't seen the last stream, this is our world right here. We have this island that we're gonna do stuff with. But this Eli's house. This is my house. This D's castle thing. Here, while we wait, I'm just gonna try to add you.
Hard bet.
What's your thing?
It's Solar Soda.
Here, send it in the Discord. I'll copy and paste.
There.
But
I think Eli's back.
What?
Yes, I just got back. Who won it? Lila?
Lyra.
Lyra Valkyria?
Man, I just got the follow.
Somebody tried
but
Yeah, totally him.
What's the other one?
That one's about to die too, and that one also has to recharge.
But I got it.
but
Oh yeah, we're back, boys.
Yeah.
You gotta get closer. He's on the charger.
Eli, you ready?
Yep.
Where's the card? Oh. It's a card that.
Just waiting.
Go to one of my birds. Then.
You want me to send you any invite?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you are so fake. It's not gonna be there anymore.
Bro, why did that let me?
You accidentally pressed decline instead of
Bruh.
accept.
I need one more.
My goal for right now is to find a way to get all my birds to stop following me.
You're what?
Nothing.
Arian handle that problem. I'm really interested. Honestly.
Yo,
What?
I have 2 pairs on my shoulder. Look.
Yeah, me
Look.
too. Me too.
Yo, what are y'all doing to my house?
Nothing.
I'm spilling something.
Move, bitch.
God damn it. Do you not spell what I was writing? You just build a big ol'
Fuck. Fuck, fuck.
Ooh. What the fuck?
Evan. Yo, there's another bird on my shoulder. How? Look at this bird up for me, bro. Alright, if you need that.
What?
Reading the spells. Where are you?
Where am I?
Yeah.
I'm by the shipwreck.
Darian, if I was you, do not go to your roof. Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened to the railroad tracks, man?
You mean whoa, whoa, whoa?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You look lazy, like we said. We gonna make it we'll make it look way better.
D is gay. There's a penis. Okay. Nice artwork. But real question is, why is one nutsack bigger than the other?
Cause you got in the way
Ah,
with your words. If it were up to me, the whole roof would have had a giant dick and said, "D is gay."
That's
But
crazy.
but that's exactly what it is.
is it? That's great. Perfect. Then I won in the end. Oh god, my nose. Alright guys, so we're making a thing here. I don't know what yet, but know what to use, guys. Alright. I wish these fucking birds would stop following me. God damn.
Yeah, they're annoying, right?
Yeah.
look at this. Look at this, Ivy. Hmm?
Okay, there's a fire going on.
Where?
Oh, never mind. It went away. Upstairs, there's another fire.
Dang, what the hell?
Is Darian burning things?
Yes.
Yes, because I needed to be going.
Well, you decided to make a tree house surrounded by trees.
He didn't even make a tree house. He made a castle in a tree. Very different.
That shit.
Yeah, he said fuck a tree house. I'm building a castle.
You did. Everybody said, let's make a tree house, not Darian.
No, Darian's the one that came up with the idea too. It was like let's make tree houses.
Oh,
He
for
wanted
real.
to be different and unique. He said, fuck that, I'm gonna make me a mansion.
I think he focused more on the exterior of the houses more than he did on his actual house. Which is fire because that means there's more.
Jesus Christ.
That's the problem with having so many dogs. You can hear them. Especially Igor. Because Igor's loud.
I'm gonna make a beach house.
You think so from here?
He's so cute.
Really have the choice to think of.
I'm sorry.
Sorry about that, guys.
What happened?
What's going on over there? What's that noise?
I don't know.
What noise?
The loud ass buzzing noise.
No, for
I think it's his TV.
or the lady singing.
My TV's on mute.
Or something.
I got me some pies. He said I had to eat. You can have the other two. That's it.
These birds need to go the fuck away. That's what we'll do.
Oh, you should work that out.
And the chocolate pie.
Look, that's how on the birds, bro.
All right. Now we can build. Okay. We're just gonna do what I usually do, but like a little different.
You want some? Mm. I don't know that much.
You think? You don't like it?
I love it.
Huh?
I love it.
You don't.
I love it.
Hmm?
I love it. Oh, we gotta fix that problem.
What button?
Right here.
I'm good.
Huh?
Keep on fighting. Indeed.
Yo,
You think this extended room is good?
I got you. I'm gonna go check it out right now. Where you at?
Right behind you.
Where you at? What?
You notice anything new?
This. The outer part right here.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Where did Sebastian go?
I'm building a house.
Okay, my fault. I'm back. D, what you think about it?
What with it, bro?
That extra little room makes it look a little nicer.
Yeah. It really did. The fuck?
Building a house. No, I want a beach house. Yeah. Yeah, I see you. I see you. I can't see you that far. I can see your name tag. Yeah, you should. Yeah. Eli went in my house. Eli, I'm gonna walk your ass down so fast. Yo, someone just called you white, Eli. Crash out on him. Up the pole. Don't take that shit. Up the pole. Yeah, you're basically saying yeah, like you're basically saying some crazy shit right now. Like that's a little fucked up. Yeah, like who the fuck is Ellie? These people are retarded. No, I think they think your name is Ellie or they're retarded and don't know how to spell Eli. Yeah. Who are these people? Eli, crash out. Pull the IP. I hit up Paco. He'll pull the IP real quick. Yeah. Yeah, just cause we're generally threats to society, Oh, I have you guys muted, by the way.
I think he's
forgot.
speaking for himself.
I
Oh, so
forgot
he
I
was
had
talking.
you muted because people were making fucking noise. Darian, no.
Yeah, just cause we're generally threats to society.
Shut up, faggot.
How you guys muted, by the way?
I hear. I had to listen. Yeah, you could not hear shit. Damn, everybody
I
wants.
can't hear.
Why is everybody
Ellie.
trying to talk to me? Okay, one at a fucking time.
Nah, everyone's just trying to talk shit to you. And you know why?
Because they're cool. I mean, cool people.
Calm down there, bud.
You told me to crash out. You almost had me crash out.
No, that's not crashing out. That's
Yeah, crashing out is like what I did at the beach.
Here, you take a hit of the
Oh, okay.
Take
You're
it.
good.
crashing out.
Guys, he wants me to pull a gun on y'all, and I am not doing that. It's all love.
Why are you talking?
A BB gun.
Yeah, one on GTA.
Yeah, everything we've ever done was in GTA. I've never actually left my room. I just play GTA all day.
Yeah, it's about I was gonna say that, but never mind. It's fucked.
Nah, don't be incriminating me.
No, I was gonna say we can't afford to get out and go to the beach. That's why we have to do it on Minecraft and GTA.
Yeah, not we've never gone to the beach.
Definitely.
What the fuck is the beach?
Bro, I don't even fucking know. Yeah, people do that. Sebastian, you scared them off, man.
I don't care. Also,
They-
they're
they
still
said-
here.
They said fans. That's the last thing he said. Done. Oh,
They're still here. I don't give a fuck.
I can't hear you. Bro, do I need to drop in the fucking Okay, oh, I had to put it in the chest. Never mind.
Oh, faggot.
Bless you, clear.
Touch it.
Eli, how's it feel to be gay?
I wouldn't know, Sebastian. You want to tell everybody how it was with your 30-day trial?
You fucking faggot.
He's like, you outed me. You
Okay,
fucking
so
hoe."
basically, I'm gonna tell you what happened earlier, right? So we were driving, right? And these people in a fucking, what's it called, a Honda Ridgeline, I think that's what they're called. Real shitty. They were trying to fucking race us, and so we were just cruising, right? And they ended up pulling up next to us, right? And the guy was talking, and the whole time we were just looking at each other like, this guy is a fucking faggot. Like, you could just tell, and the shit he was saying was so fucking gay.
Hey, I actually like this car.
Yeah, and like, if so help me God, if he would have said the wrong shit, I know both of us would have upped that shit so fast.
On GTA.
On GTA.
Okay. Question was, what's everyone's dream car? Darren, you
Eli.
go first.
Mine? Lambo.
What kind?
I'm gonna say a Urus.
Hell yeah.
That's hard, bro, because I've already driven my dream car.
Is yours still at Aston Martin?
Nah, that's more of my girls. I feel like my dream car.
No.
If I never got to have the RX-7, it would have been the RX-7. But probably an SFX.
That's kind of gay.
That's fucked up.
My bad, loser.
Oh,
I don't know what mine is. I have a list. I can pull up my list.
I think I should get out of this because I might end up being.
Calm down. Anyway, nah. Actually, I take that back. It would probably be a R34 Skyline, Nismo edition.
Of course it would.
Favorite color, black or red.
Hell yeah, those are real good colors, Eli. That second one's real good.
I'm taking your phone.
No.
List. Okay, like how many? What? Like, are you talking about like top 3, top 5?
They wanna see my list of cars that I was talking about.
Oh, like that you've owned?
No, the ones my dream cars. Hold on.
Telling you, Eli does not pay attention.
Yeah, Eli's kind of retarded.
Do it at the same time.
I know it's not really in focus, but you're gonna have to deal with that. That's the list. I think if I lower the brightness, you'll be. Yeah, there we go. That's my list. But at the top of that list is probably like,
Cars.
huh?
I was like, he's like Santa Claus for cars.
Yeah, except Santa Claus is fat and I'm dangerously underweight. But other than that, yeah. Pretty much. I'm more like the Grinch. What you doing right now, Eli?
Taking a fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta say the magical word before you take a fat rip.
Yeah, you do.
Dragon.
Huh?
Say the word.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
No, that's
If
not
it's
the magic.
smoke, then I'm a flip song.
What's the magic word?
It starts with an F and it ends with agate. We said it yesterday.
The Grinch is too green for me.
The fuck does that mean? Money green? You gotta say the magic word.
Freak it.
You're fucking retarded, Eli. The
I ain't getting
fuck out of my chat.
Agate.
I might as well take. I'll take one too. Hold on.
We got the. Everybody knows these half bakes are the best things in the game. I'm gonna take a sip of water first.
Not everybody knows because not everybody lives in Colorado. You know.
Fuck it.
If you don't live in Colorado, what you doing?
Yo, whoever disconnected the server, I'm about to throw my controller at your fucking.
That's fucking me, dumbass. Is gonna disconnect every time I leave the goddamn game. You wanna throw a controller at me? I'll throw some fucking bullets at you.
It
on
ain't.
GTA, on GTA.
On GTA.
GTA.
Alright. You ready, Eli? What's good? Welcome to the stream. We got pretty good chat activity going. This lighter sucks.
That's Charles. Charles always had a lighter.
Or would be on
Charles steals everyone's lighter.
It's because he'd be L. Okay.
Hey,
Don't say that. That's mean.
I said Blick.
he blicked up.
He blicked
We
up.
all blicked up.
Let's just say he's like Franklin. You like
Please.
to lag so hard.
Holy cow, you did not.
Yeah,
just
you
say-
are frozen.
Yeah, Darren, you're about to get canceled, bro.
But I said Franklin.
Right.
The character. And also,
Darren, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Just shut
just stop for you're not allowed to be on the internet anymore. We'll tell your mom, she'll kick you off the internet.
Everybody spamming the chat. LD in the chat.
It occurred to me I don't have a trash can, which means I don't have an ashtray. Hold on.
which is really sad.
Let me try this again.
You're
It
disappointed.
occurs to me that I don't have a trash can. So,
Can you be any louder?
yes. I don't know where to ash this. I'll be right back. Entertain the stream, don't get me banned.
All right, guys. What y'all want us to do? You want Darren to do a double blinker?
How can I do a double blinker?
I don't know. Do your little nectar.
Bro, you just don't think can.
Facts. If you really at it, bro, you can make this a fucking ashtray. Motherfucking this an ashtray. Bruh.
Bro, no.
I'm back.
You fuck around and take this shit ashtray too.
Please tell me you didn't hear.
What? Nah.
That's why I'm
Darren,
asking
he
you.
said for your big ass to do a backflip.
I ain't kicing that now.
Come on, D. Do a backflip.
Attempt the backflip. Go off the top book. Jeff Hardy that shit.
Make sure that you land on your ankles so that they'll snap in half. Like, it's a lot more painful if they don't break in half.
Alright, you ready?
What the fuck was that?
Did he do a backflip?
No, he flopped onto his floor.
Come on, D, you got this.
Bro, I can't do a backflip, bro.
Bro, you got this, dog.
It's a lot easier on a trampoline because, like, I think the hardest part about doing a backflip is, like, figuring out the getting the willpower to actually attempt it. I feel like is the hard part.
Oh,
Darren, you can use your front momentum to fucking do a front flip.
Use your frontal lobe.
hey, Chad.
Is he okay?
No, Chad. Spam blinker in the chat if you want Eli to take a double.
Yes, I agree with that statement. And I'll
Nah, nah.
clear a bowl. I'll clear a bowl if you do it. Like I'll clear it one rip.
Spam blinker in the chat, y'all.
That ain't happened. I was sharing my problems.
Here, I'll help you. I'll help you.
Nobody. Hey, you can't put it yourself.
Fine. I'll take a fat rib too. freaking.
Nah. I gotta chat talk about it. Not it's reaps. It's a reaps. Stinker. Exactly, bro. Hell yes.
Hey,
Yeah, no bleep.
Take the rip, bitch. Do it. No balls.
Nigga, y'all want me to die, don't y'all?
Little bit, yeah.
So,
Alright.
look, I'm gonna help you. Look.
The last time y'all see Eli on stream, bro, it's Reaps just fucking doesn't want me here no more. That's just how it is. Kid Ray dead. You already
Yeah,
know.
I actually arranged something. So when he goes to sleep tonight, that'll be the last time you hear from him. I actually laced your cart, Eli.
Oh fuck. Alright, bet.
Blinker.
Eli. Here we go.
I'll clear a bowl.
Mm-mm. Ooh. Whoa. Ugh. Ooh. Okay.
See, I feel like if this weed was any shittier, I would have died there.
I think I just died. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like this is probably the top 3 trio on the streaming. You already know how.
Yeah, this the boys right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Man,
I'm gonna invite you guys back.
either y'all want to keep them going? Yeah.
You said what?
Yeah, we could span a bunch of rabbits.
Oh, here.
I'll put
You like rabbits? You'll love my rabbit. Don't be doing that shit.
Back on Minecraft, y'all.
You know what you did.
Yeah, I put an air horn.
Uh-huh. Fucking Rolando.
Yeah, that's you.
Fuck you guys.
No, that's Eli now.
There's a reason Rolando's not allowed on the streams.
No, for real.
We love you, Rolando.
Yep. Uh-huh. You love rabbits? Yeah, they're my favorite animal too. They're pretty fire. Oh, cats are cool too. You haven't met my cat yet, Eli. You bitch.
Talking about him. I really feel like I feel like he stole Charles's cat secretly, and we just all don't
Okay,
know.
so why the fuck? So how? Explain to me this. How the fuck would I have stolen Charles's cat for one?
You got
and-
into Volts, drove all the way to Texas. You got Charles's cat, and then you drove back to Colorado.
And then two. How? Why would my cat look completely different if it was Charles's cat?
Cause you spray painted.
You spray painted the cat.
Okay,
Let's go get some details.
whatever.
You like spot dyed the cat, bro.
Okay.
Yo, what?
We have officially hit 7 people in the stream. That's crazy. Yeah.
Most of them left.
That's crazy. We've hit. Oh yeah, the viewers keep bouncing. Nice. Anyway, so are you gonna invite me to the world?
I already did. You left.
I didn't get an invite.
You were in the world and then you left. I watched it happen.
Hello? How would your fellow be in here?
D, are you in the world?
He's finna be.
I've been in the world.
Yeah. D, so did Eli though, right? You saw when Eli left, right?
Yeah.
I bet. This one's for the Carster. Darian, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Eli, I'm gonna tell you something right now.
What happened?
That engine you wanted, the 4-cylinder, it's on sale. So if you want to get it, now's the time to get it.
For how much?
Like 2,400 for used one, and then it's probably a little bit more for a brand new one.
Is it barely used?
I think it has some like 100 something miles on it, maybe 200.
Hey,
All right. Beds.
bro, Sebastian, I think you should come here to Darian's house real quick.
Okay.
I got something you gotta show the street.
Hell yeah. He
What do
did
you
it.
think?
He spawned a bunch of rabbits.
Come here. It's not done.
For the guy who said to do this, here you go.
Why in my crib?
Cause it's just the place to do it, you know? He already did it to me. Eli, that is not an fucking invitation for you to welcome to the stream. That is not an invitation for you to do it to me again.
Darian. You ass.
Eli, tell me if he goes in my house.
Darian, it wasn't even me.
Who was it? Who was it?
Told you it wasn't me.
Who was it?
I don't know, the fucking sky. There. Kenny, you fucking asshole.
Laggy.
Bro, stop. Put it below your thing. Bro.
Are you
them come. Let
are
them
you-
come. Tired of
Are you done putting snowmen in my house?
Has he gone in my house?
no.
good.
Yeah, he did.
Did he? I'ma check.
Didn't go in there.
Bro,
I hate to admit it, I didn't. Whatever you find, you left it.
You motherfucker.
You left it there.
Fuck you. Why'd you do this?
I didn't do nothing.
Why'd you do this?
Because look at my house.
I didn't do that. That was fucking Eli.
And I got Eli back too. You were in it too. You
Because he told me to show the stream.
exactly. So y'all
Bitch.
y'all both-
I. Okay.
Oh, do you not see how many bunnies are in my crib?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Dirty fucked up. He put snowmen all over my boy's house.
You can't break it with a sword.
What are you doing? What are you
I'm not gonna blow your house up, but if you do it again, I might.
Bro, it was both of y'all.
I didn't do shit.
It was both of you.
It's literally on fucking, like, recording. I didn't do shit. You're trying to start shit for no reason. Eli? Why the fuck is there a hole in the bottom of your house, Eli?
Bruh. You're kidding. Oh, right here? Yeah, it's to push all these guys out of my fucking house.
Oh, so
again.
that's how you do it? Okay. Cool.
He's like, oh.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get this bunny situation.
Bro, I'm about to fucking rage out, bro. Oh my fucking god, Darian.
Yeah,
Oh
fuck
my-
you, Darian. What the fuck? Like, I get Eli because he fucked you over, but I didn't do shit.
Bro, they're just snowmen. What are they doing?
It's literally the same thing that he did. You have a problem with him putting rabbits in your house, but you think it's fine to put snowmen in people's houses. How does that make sense?
Yeah, and then you want to talk about yesterday. You did the exact same shit.
What did I do?
You kept putting cows in people's houses.
Bro, there was no cows in people's houses.
Dude, it's all on video. You cannot deny this shit. It has been recorded.
Titan 4, give it up.
Until I see the evidence, it's innocent.
I'll pull it
go
up
look-
right now.
It's Reap stream on YouTube. You'll see exactly where you did it. Here in a minute, we're gonna react to some scary stories. So
Yeah.
stay tuned, buddy.
Yeah, here in about half an hour or so, yeah. But before that, obviously, we're finna smoke again, so if you just want to see the smoking content. Darian, if you ever go in my house again, so help me God.
We're going to war.
As always, you know y'all like to talk shit. Fuck y'all got that, but always love over here.
Yeah, except for the ops and also who else do I hate?
You, Derek. Fuck Derek. You still kid?
The president of the United States. That's another good one.
I'm just playing, Derek. It's just jokes.
That's
Take it serious.
if that is who I think it is, which I think it is. Their name's not Derek.
Who is it, Jason?
No, God no.
Call me fucking Ellie. I ain't no fucking female.
Yeah, bro, that's a little crazy. Okay. If
And that's
you
not
did
even-
it to my house, like my beach house too, okay,
Who, me?
you got lucky, D.
I didn't do nothing to your beach house.
I know. You got lucky. You put all these fucking snowmen in my property.
Bro, he did it all over the fucking woods, bro.
Come look at my fucking beach house.
Bro, he put horses on your roof.
Yeah. There's snow everywhere. And I think he might have killed some of my parrots.
No, I didn't kill none of your parents.
Dude, I think one of your horses got out.
No, you stole one of my horses.
Nah, I'm never that. Oh, I'm not a thief.
Yeah, it's on recording.
I've never stole anything.
No, it was Eli.
I've never my statement still holds true. I've never stole anything. Why would I steal something? That's so crazy. Like, you know, you should pay for things.
Exactly.
It's good. What'd you say?
Nothing. I had a bug in my throat.
Oh, I see.
Yo, Bunny. Come on,
Hey D,
uh,
this is beautiful TNT I see out here.
where?
It would just be a shame if my flint just touched it right now. Right?
Some nice TNT. I sure hope nothing bad happens.
Darian's taking a
Fell through the gate.
Darian.
Oh wait, no. Oh, I think you did. Fell through the gate.
I'm in a secret dungeon.
Oh no, he made a wall.
Darian, why'd you make a Trump wall?
No, I'm doing something in there.
Bro, all I'm fucking seeing is these fucking snowmen, bro. God damn it, Darian.
Darian made a Trump wall because he's confused about where he's from,
Even though
and
he's from
so
Haiti.
he thinks that that's what he's supposed to be doing.
You fucking dick.
Bag it.
Look what I did to his house.
You do something to my house?
No,
Bro, he-
not yours. Look at Eli.
Okay, hold on.
Sebastian, he put TNT on my house.
That's unfortunate. That's real unfortunate. That's real unfortunate.
Darian, I swear to fucking God.
Don't swear to God.
Yeah, that's blasphemous.
I don't give a fuck what the fuck it is. Do not my house.
Destroying my floor is crazy, bro.
Alright, I'm done. I'm done. I fucking give up.
I like how this has turned into just fucking each other's houses up.
And fuck you too, Sebastian. I see you fucking putting on goddamn fucking TNT everywhere.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stream says differently.
That was Darian.
Oh, really? So you got a POV point from Darian.
That was AI.
Ah, right.
That's AI
Right.
generated.
Fucking eye.
Yep, that's AI generated.
Darian, why the fuck is there another snowman in there? I got them all out.
Bro, I swear I did not put another snowman, bro. I have not been in there.
Fuck.
I'm dead ass down here cleaning out my inventory. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah.
You pussy.
Ooh, Eli?
You think I'm scared of your TNT?
No, I just had to do exactly what you did back to me.
I'll blow my house up right now.
No, don't do that. You worked hard on that. He blew it up, didn't he?
See, all I did was play shit. You broke shit.
I ain't break nothing.
Lies.
I've been pressing just place.
Lies
Oh.
and deception.
Where did I break?
Well, I gotta inspect the damage after I'm done breaking all this TNT. Don't worry, I'll be sure to send you a property damage bill in the mail.
Alright. Darian still hasn't realized.
Let's see, there's this. That's probably gonna be about $40,000 to fix.
Damn, what it wasn't made out of fucking amethyst?
Quartz, like pure quartz. It's all very expensive, especially with the current stone market.
Nah, but the current stone market is $3.99 right now.
No, it's not. if you tell my dad that.
Talking about in Minecraft, dude.
Fuck you, bitch. This isn't Minecraft. This is real life. Not everything's video games, bro.
You're right. I'm sorry.
That's your problem. You think everything's a fucking game. This is real life, bro. You owe me 40 grand.
Hey, Darian, where the hell are you?
Your freaking crib.
Are you fucking serious, Darian? Damn. You really did this. You fucking dickhead.
Bro,
I'm dead.
you put so much
Oh, what the
meat-
fuck?
You know what? I'm gonna fucking explode one. I'm doing it. He put water all over my fucking house.
Here, I'm gonna try to solve the problem.
I'm gonna put lava now.
I'm just trying to win the crib, bro.
Huh?
Jesus Christ, I don't think this is fixable.
No, it is.
Eli, I'm gonna fix it, but it requires breaking some stuff.
Eli, chill. Eli, bro. Eli might have just blown up your crib too.
What the fuck, Eli? You dick.
Just blow up mine. I don't care. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you're fucked.
Bro, you're fucked. Like dead ass.
You fucked up.
Blame Angelica, bro. I swear to
didn't
God.
think you're actually gonna do it. So don't even blame me because I'm not even playing the game either.
Well, you told.
Water. Use water. Why would you use wood?
You a real bitch, Eli.
I didn't need to.
Go fuck yourself.
That's why I say get the fuck off of Minecraft. I wanted to watch videos.
It's only been an hour and a half.
I'm tired of this already.
Too bad.
So you're blowing up people's houses? Fuck you.
That's not.
You have
fucking
terrible coping skills.
Look, he put water all over my fucking crib.
You have anger issues. How dare you blow up my house, you faggot.
You blew up his too.
You're a bitch, Eli.
That's your back wall.
And most of my floor and like half my animals are dead.
All because of Eli.
Fuck you. You're the one who started fucking with everybody.
Yeah, Darian, don't act like you didn't start this.
Didn't start nothing.
Eli, you're still a bitch. Darian?
Yo,
You be pissing me off, Darian.
No, you're pissing me off,
You're the one that just blew up more of my house.
bro.
I never did anything to you, and you've been putting snowmen and blowing up my house. You a bitch.
Bro, Eli said it wasn't him, so I thought it was you.
Dumbass, he was lying, you fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. I think this is pretty racist. You guys are just racist. That's why you're doing this to me. And Eli's just gay. That's why he's doing it.
Alright, we already fucked up the world. I'm ready off that bitch.
I'd like to point out that I never blew anything up. Just for the record.
Hey, getting back on it.
Fucking Elon.
Oh, shut the fuck up,
started it?
Darian. You started it, and then you blew up my house for no reason.
I didn't blow up your house.
I watched it happen.
It went to your house.
That's still same thing. I mean, that's exactly what Eli did, but still, he blew up my house, did he not?
Hey, I took full accountability for it, though. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Alright, I blew up your house.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I'm sorry.
Good job admitting it. After denying it.
Damn, I wish that world was more like all these. This one right here.
Which one?
He's on
The one. The one because my girl's fucking. I'm just on here looking for. I'm putting
that world. Invite us to that world.
I'm putting a playlist. No, you're gonna blow up her castle.
Yeah, Darian will blow up shit. Because that's what he likes to do. But it seems like you do too, Eli.
Technically, this is Darian and her world, so if Darian you fuck it up, she'll be pissed off at you.
That's what I'm saying.
He knows the repercussions.
Eli, you're the one that likes to blow up my shit for no reason.
That was a fucking accident.
I don't
only
care.
reason-
If I shot you on accident, would you still be mad?
On GTA.
Yeah, on GTA.
I'd be dead in GTA.
If I shot you and you survived, would you still be mad? If it was an accident?
I would be fucking so excited that you shot me, Sebastian.
You're a little bitch.
What the fuck are these people looking up? I
What?
didn't look up. Hashtag police. Puffco Peak Pro. Mr.
Fuck the
Nightmares.
police.
What's he doing, man?
Looking for videos to react to?
Oh, I
We
already-
said we were gonna start with the Here, send me that video you wanted to start with, the new one. The new one.
Alright, gotcha. We're gonna start from this one all the way up. We're gonna go from this one up.
Well, we're gonna go from this one to Mr. Nightmare.
Oh no, this is Mr. Nightmare.
Oh, is it? Are you making a playlist or something?
Yeah. Fine.
This knife is fire. Eli, I know what I want for next Christmas.
A knife.
Okay, so people of the chat, I know there's no one watching right now, but that's fine. I gotta find something, and then I have a proposition or a question. Or a question. I don't have Wi-Fi right now. That's great. Bro, send it on Discord, Eli. I can't send it to my.
No, I got it.
I hate Instagram. God damn it. Fucking faggot. Cool.
Darian's been waiting to get back on this world.
He really has, it seems like.
Darian, you been ready to build this castle?
Yeah.
I can't believe they're really trying to build a castle.
He said it was gonna be
I
exciting.
can't believe you blew up my house.
Not for real. That was crazy.
I can't believe that world auto saves.
Yeah, it auto saved after you blew up my house. Every update that's made, it it auto saves. So like, when you blew up my house,
Yeah, I don't think-
yeah, Darian.
We might as well just torch that one.
Chat, I can't find what I'm looking for.
It's not popping up.
Nah, the post with the canic. Found it. All right. Which one should I make the purchase of? I already have that one. That was mine. Fucking bag it. Hold on. Okay. Fuck. Canic.
Guys, do not on this.
That's mine. Wrong way. Okay. The G2C. That's the one I really want. That's my. Which one do I purchase? Okay. All right. I got the playlist that Eli made. So this is what we're gonna watch, but first we're gonna do a little smoke break, I think.
Yes, sir.
So let me load up a bowl.
Alright,
Do you
y'all.
wanna watch the video with us, or do you wanna play?
Let's just take that one, 'cause there's so many.
Artist Castle recommended.
Darian, have you joined the stream?
Nah.
No, I'm talking about like the. He's streaming his screen.
Oh.
All right. Bowl loaded up.
Ah shit, he got a bowl loaded. Where's the cart?
D, you got your dab.
No. Can y'all give me a sec?
Yeah.
Darian is occupied at the moment.
I'm back.
He's in.
Also, guys, I don't know
Oh, well, I already
if you've
got a
seen
little
this
box.
bowl yet, but this is the bowl Eli got me for Christmas.
Yes, sir.
Let me see the bowl.
We ready?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to the stream. Shouts out Big K for this shit.
Jesus Christ, bro. Did you see how many views we had on our stream yesterday?
Yeah. Peak viewers was like 12, I think.
Says
Today
right
we
here,
had
15.
today we had 15 was peak.
Mhm.
Today we had a lot
7.
of chatters. Yeah.
Yeah.
But today we had a
7.
lot of chat.
We appreciate all y'all for tuning into the streams. Make sure y'all drop a subscribe down in the
Down in
Hello,
the
Jane.
subscribe button. Yeah, it was kind of reminding me of back when I was on Twitch. Dude, okay. So for those of you who have been asking why I don't stream on Twitch anymore, when I'm coming back to Twitch, all that, I don't stream on Twitch anymore because YouTube is easier. So I started doing YouTube videos instead of just streaming. I started doing a lot more YouTube videos, and it's just easier to stream on YouTube because I already do YouTube videos. Plus, I have more subscribers than followers now. On the It's Reaps account, so there's no real point. But I've been watching the clips from the old streams, and it makes me reminisce, like one of my favorite clips. Let me find it. The time I almost shot Drayson.
I doubt it.
Can we show that on here?
Yeah, it was already streamed, so I don't care.
It was in GTA, guys.
Trying to find the clip. I think it's this one. Here. This one's a real good. This one's a real good one. I have Twitch muted. I think this is the one where I almost shot him.
Hey, you know what I mean? Fucking don't kill yourself. Fuck you just say go.
So that's a good one. Oh, I wasn't even streaming it. I wasn't even showing it. That's unfortunate. Let's watch that again.
Fuck you. I'm about to. Is this lit? No, it's not.
Oh shoot him. I think I'm not 100%, but I think he might have said the word.
Don't kill yourself.
Yeah, I think he just said the word.
Watch my clips. Watch my clips.
I think he just said the word. Anyway. Back to
Drayson in the chat. L Drayson.
Oh, Drayson in the chat. Yeah, fuck Drayson.
We
Love you. Let's watch. I'm sharing the wrong screen. I can
We
fix
love
that.
you, Drayson, but damn, you were a fat fuck.
He's skinny now.
Yeah, that's what I said. Now he's like all skinny and ripped and kind of. And that back then he was all fucking chubs.
You know what I don't get is how he doesn't even try to, like, he doesn't work out at all.
It's just natural.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
That's crazy to me.
It pisses me off because I'm like, bro, like, I gotta work. and he doesn't. Whatever. Anyway. So the first video we're watching is Road Trip Horror Stories. This playlist was made by Eli, so if you don't like any of the videos in it, blame Eli.
You know what? Let me adjust the playlist.
Can you guys see it?
Y'all
Very
have
brief
any
context of the story
options
made.
or any videos, let me know.
Suggestions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
No
guys have
suggestions.
suggestions, put them in the chat. But can you guys see it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you hear it?
Sense. I go to a public university in California. It's part of the UC system.
Can you hear it?
Some
Yeah.
UCs like UCLA and Berkeley and Santa Barbara are much bigger, while others like mine are much smaller. Most of the big ones have their own version of what's known as a dedicated tour day, where all the incoming students go to that respective campus to tour it. But really, it's just an excuse for all the current students to throw crazy all-day parties. Berkeley's is called Cal Day, and Santa Barbara's is called Deltopia, just to give a
Caldenite?
few examples. Now, my campus is about a 2.5-hour drive from Santa Barbara, but it's sometimes customary for students from other campuses to make the drive to bigger schools for that one day. I've never really been one to party like that, so it was never something I did. But a few months ago, I realized it was my senior year and I'd never get the chance to go again. So when they asked me if I wanted to come with them to Santa Barbara's Deltopia, I decided to say screw it and just went. We drove down that Friday afternoon, the day before all the major festivities. The car was completely packed out. Hunter was driving, and the other friends joining us were Damon, Benjamin, and Armand. We're all above 6 feet tall, so the journey was painfully cramped, but it went by
I'll be right
quickly
back.
with some
Entertain
good
them.
conversation and music.
Yeah.
Once we got to Isla Vista, we spent the better part of an hour looking for parking with no luck. I'm not exaggerating about the parking situation. That's how popular Deltopia is. Just as we were about to give up, Hunter activated his charm and convinced a sorority girl to let us park in her designated spot. We all got a good chuckle out of that. So everything was going according to plan. Hunter's sister is a junior at UCSB, and she agreed to let us all crash on the floor of her apartment. That might sound a little ratchet to some, but during Deltopia, having a place to sleep is practically a golden ticket. Her and all of her roommates were super chill, so we decided to party with them
Alright.
that night, even though Deltopia technically didn't start until the next morning. There's one more thing I have to mention. Hunter is a really friendly guy, and because of that, a ton of people know him. He has this one friend named Amir, who's a little problematic. I'm using the word friend pretty generously here. Amir is one of those guys who clings to social circles without ever really being a part of them. He's insecure, loud, oblivious, constantly seeking validation, and somehow makes every conversation about himself. And before you call me out for gossiping, Amir has done a lot of messed up stuff to my friends and
Sounds like somebody I know.
Uh-huh. That sure does remind me of someone.
What happened?
I in the past,
Keep
so
going.
I've earned the right. Amir had mentioned to Hunter a while back that he was also going to Deltopia. There was never any real conversation about where he'd be staying or who he was going with. He wasn't part of our plan, and none of us had brought him
Y'all
up
can
on
hear
the
me
drive
perfectly
down.
fine, right?
About an
I
hour
think they
after the
can.
crew settled into
Are
Hunter's
you watching the
sister's
stream?
place, we decided to make an alcohol
Yeah,
run
no,
for ourselves
you're
and her
connected
roommates.
to my TV. That's why.
As the 5 of us were leaving the liquor store with our purchases, who do we see but Amir, just standing there on the curb with his hands in his pockets. No one said anything. We just kept walking towards the apartment, and he sort of fell in step with us, like he'd been there the entire time. The first thing out of Amir's mouth, once we were a few blocks away from the store, was, "Why are you guys so surprised to see me?" Was this kid brain dead? Of course we were surprised to see him. There was never any plan to meet up with Amir, let alone hang out with him. And as far as any of us knew, Hunter hadn't even told him where we were staying.
These are some very
We all kind of ignored
similar.
him and just kept walking, unsure of how this was going to
people.
play out. Things immediately
Did you write
escalated once
this?
we got back to the apartment. Amir
Sorry,
asked if
I
he
did
could use the
the
bathroom at
thing.
our apartment, and then ran ahead of us when Hunter reluctantly agreed. When Hunter's sister answered the door, Amir walked right up to her and said,
This is
"I'm
what me
staying
and Darian were
here," before
experiencing
stepping
at
past
the
her
smoke
without waiting
shop
for a response.
whenever we got back
She
from the
obviously
beach.
didn't know who Amir was,
Yeah.
but just assumed he was part of our group.
I
When
don't.
Hunter realized Amir had lied to his sister,
I think he watches these, so
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when that homeless nigga came up to me and Darian.
Yeah, when that homeless nigga. Oh shit.
No, like Darian, you know what I'm talking about? The crackhead that Cash used to sell to.
I was talking about someone else.
Oh,
Uh-huh. And I think you were too. Uh-huh.
no, now I know what you're getting. But okay.
He was livid. I could go into extreme detail about what happened first, but here's all you need to know. Hunter told him straight up he had to leave, that he wasn't welcome there, and that lying to his sister was crossing a line. Amir didn't go quietly. He stood outside the door for another 20 minutes, trying to argue his way back in. Hunter's not the guy you want to mess around with, so Amir eventually took the hint and left. We got wasted after that, and admittedly, Amir was all any of us could talk about. We realized later that night that Hunter had been sharing his iPhone location with Amir, meaning Amir had stalked us to the apartment. But anyway, the next day was a blast. Deltopia certainly lived up to the hype. Most of the shenanigans were done by late afternoon, so we met up with 5 of our other friends, and the 10 of us found ourselves chilling back at Hunter's sister's apartment. We filled the rest of the guys in about the Amir situation, and they found it just as odd as we did. One of our other friends, Rylan, said he was pretty sure he had Amir's location. He immediately checked it, and his jaw actually dropped. He turned the phone towards us, and I swear to God, the little blue dot was showing up basically on top of us. As soon as we mentioned it though, the dot started moving away quickly, like Amir had been spying on us from a car and was now driving away. It was bizarre. Him showing up a second time was borderline psychotic, especially.
Hey Eli. Let me ask you something. What's the solution to every single one of these horror stories?
Gun.
Shoot them. It's that simple.
Especially after Hunter had explained to him why he wasn't welcome there. We probably should have taken the whole thing more seriously than we did. That behavior was extreme, even for Amir. Instead, we all just laughed about his weird obsessiveness and continued partying. That night, after we had all crashed, I woke up randomly sometime well after midnight. I barely had time to process my surroundings when I heard glass shattering from somewhere deeper in the apartment. I shot up off the floor, looking around to see if anyone else was awake. No one was, probably because everyone had gone to sleep completely wasted. I realized pretty quickly that no one else had heard it. If someone had broken in, I was the only one who could do anything about it. I didn't have a weapon or anything, so I just grabbed an empty wine bottle off the floor, took a deep breath, and started creeping toward the noise. My heart was pounding. When I entered the living room,
What'd you
I saw
say,
the
D?
sliding door that led to the balcony had been completely shattered. A huge rock sat in the middle of the floor, surrounded by glinting shards of glass.
Has chat said
I
anything?
didn't need convincing. I knew Amir was behind it. I went to go wake my friends up, when, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a closet door handle jiggle a little. I froze, more scared than I had been just moments before. I didn't think Amir had the guts to go beyond destroying property, and the thought that he had broken into the apartment terrified me. I was just about to yank the closet door open, when my better judgment forced me not to. Instead, I snuck back to the bedroom, woke Hunter up, and told him to back me up. The two of us walked towards the living room, but by the time we got there, the closet door was wide open. I looked around frantically, but I didn't see him. That's when Hunter reached into the closet and pulled out this massive kitchen knife. I stared in shock. Amir had literally been standing behind the door with a knife.
So that didn't happen. That's the thing about that.
Because if it did happen, there would be proof.
Well, yeah, that would have been on some. Here, let me look. Every police thing is public. Fuck, I just unplugged my monitor. That's great. Gotta wait for it to restart. I don't have time to Google this. I don't care that much.
Probably intending to injure me. He could have literally ended my life had I opened that closet door. That was the most horrifying moment of my life. Hunter and I woke the rest of the house up, and we did a sweep to be 100% sure that Amir was nowhere in the apartment. We obviously got the police involved, but all that really came of that was just getting a police report. They told us property tends to get destroyed during Deltopia, and we were one of the many victims. Before you ask, Amir had stopped sharing his location with Rylan, so we couldn't even show the police that. We had to leave the next morning. Hunter was freaked out about leaving his sister and her roommates there, especially knowing that Amir had managed to sneak in there once already. Before we got in the car, he pulled out his phone and typed out this massive paragraph to Amir. I'm not going to air it out here, but you can guess what was said.
Sounds like someone I know.
The message never delivered, though. Amir had already blocked him. We all pulled out our phones and realized we had all been blocked too. Over the next few weeks, none of us heard from him. It was like he had fallen off the map completely. I still can't wrap my head around all of this. As aggressive as Amir often pretends to be, he doesn't have a history of violence. In fact, I've always thought of him as a little passive.
I'll be right back.
He knows where all of us live, so I'm still worried, even while writing this out, that he's gonna do something drastic. I'll send an update should something happen.
So Eli, how'd you feel about that one?
I mean, that just sounds like a friend who is obsessed, really.
Yeah, and
Which
doesn't
that
get
one
the
sounds
hint.
like it could
It really sounds like Eli. You know what? You know what that really sounds like is someone that's like really obsessed and wants to be friends really bad, but
like
doesn't
that
get
whole
the
group
hint.
doesn't want to
But doesn't get the hint that no one likes them, and that someone that probably like flexes, someone else's money, maybe like flexes
Okay, I think you're
rented
going
cars.
into
Yeah.
I think you're going into a person. I think you're going into a part. I think we were
No,
talking about Samir. I thought we were talking about Samir here.
Yeah.
I look at Samir, like, yeah, no. But my point is, the way I thought about that, yeah, you're right. If it was real, it would have been on the news because he came and threatened their lives with a knife. So that's just how I see it.
Yeah, well, like the other thing about that is, while we're on the topic of, knives and stuff, I'm currently on guns.com and I'm looking at a whole lot of things that could have probably solved that problem real good. Like this custom Glock G45 M5. It's really nice. Might buy it. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. D, how'd you feel about that one? Now that you're back.
Honestly, I didn't believe it.
Yeah, like it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, I mean, there's no evidence, and it just doesn't sound believable.
Yeah, he was standing behind the door with a knife, but didn't come in and kill you.
Yeah,
Like, what was the purpose then?
and you turned your back around, and you went to go wake up your friend.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you didn't say, oh well, maybe I'm gonna call 911, seeing as there's someone in my house.
exactly. Instead of just walking down, knowing that someone could have broken in.
Yeah, like real shitty story. Next.
My name is Arthi. This happened a pretty long time
That's
ago.
a stupid
but I'd
fucking
say I still
name.
remember about 90% of the details vividly. It was late April 1996. I was fresh
Bro
out of
said
basic
Sunday.
training, and I had just been assigned to an airbase as a communications specialist in San Angelo, Texas. Being stationed in Texas was great for me. I'm originally from Mississippi, and part of the reason
Texas
I enlisted
is
in
great.
the first place was to get as far away from home as possible.
Not that I would
was
know.
24 years old at
I'll
the
be
time.
right back. Oh
My
my god.
closest friends on
Alright.
base were a guy named Seabass and a girl named
Aha,
Kay. I've
me.
since lost touch
This is
with
a
them,
story
but
about
back
me.
then, the three of us were inseparable.
Oh, go back. We
It was
got
a
another
warm
story about
weekend,
you.
sometime in early.
Did you write this one? Is this about
so.
back? Is this about back when we were serving in the military together?
Sorry, yes, sir.
Stolen Valor.
Early April, when Seabass proposed taking a road trip to Austin for the day to experience a change
Ha-ha.
of scenery. Kay and I were also getting sick of the base life monotony, so we agreed. Kay offered to drive, so we packed her SUV with our stuff and hit the road that same afternoon. About an hour into the drive, we were on a mostly empty stretch of highway when Seabass spoke up. He asked us if we had seen the car behind us pull up from the shoulder right after we had passed. I looked back and saw a dark-colored Tahoe or something similar trailing us at a steady distance. I hadn't seen it pull off the shoulder, but being as we were on the highway, it wasn't exactly the weirdest thing. But then Kay changed lanes just to see, and the SUV followed. She did it again a minute later, and again, it mirrored her move. I was confused at first, but then a minute later the SUV put its lights on, and everything made sense. We were getting pulled over by an undercover cop.
Ah.
Kay pulled over, and I
Get
watched as
fucked.
the cop pulled over behind us. I'm a
Dumbass.
pretty observant person. Processing information quickly is something I was quite literally trained to do. So I instantly realized something was off. The guy who stepped out didn't look like any cop I'd ever seen. He was wearing all black tactical gear, but nothing on him that said police. The only thing even remotely official looking about his uniform was a patch on his arm that said something I couldn't read. He didn't behave like a normal officer either. Instead of approaching Kay's window,
We're not
he
playing a
stood
game
behind
right
the
now.
car
We
like he was
reacted.
waiting for something. I watched him a little while longer and realized he wasn't just standing behind the car, but was actively analyzing it. He was looking through the rear window like he was
Now,
trying to see the stuff
Eli,
we packed.
would you
He was
agree
also
that the
checking out
solution
Kay's
to this
bumper stickers
is,
and her
you
license
know,
plate.
hop out and get on feet?
Seabass and Kay eventually caught on to the officer's strange
Yes.
behavior too.
Yeah.
Seabass rolled his window down
totally agree.
before asking the officer if there was a problem. Instead of responding, the officer swiftly walked up to Kay's window and asked for her license and registration. Kay reluctantly gave it to him. He walked back to his vehicle and didn't return for a really long time.
Bad.
The three of us started whispering about how strange this whole encounter was getting, but we weren't sure what to do. After what
Sorry,
felt
say it
like
again?
forever, the guy finally exited his car again. Only this time, 2 other men stepped out with him.
I don't know why
I
your
could feel my
audio cut out
heartbeat
for me.
ticking up, so I did some focused breathing to keep calm.
That's strange.
Audio cut out.
Nothing's cutting out for me. Did Eli just leave?
Yeah, I think he's gonna. Can you hear us?
Okay.
Can you hear us,
Yeah.
faggot?
Yeah, I hear you now. My fault.
Cool.
So say it again. Yeah, I would just hop out and shoot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No buts
The
or
original
fans.
officer
Yeah, like we've always been saying, the problem can't continue to be a problem if it's dead.
walked back up to Kay's window and asked her if her father was in the army or something. Kay asked for clarification, and the officer mentioned the U.S. military bumper sticker on the back of her car. Kay laughed and said that she was the one in the military, then turned to Seabass and I and said, them too. The moment Kay mentioned we were all in the military, I noticed a shift. The guy at her window didn't say anything right away, but his body language stiffened. He glanced back at the other 2 men, who were still standing near the rear of the SUV, and then he glanced back at Kay. There was a weird silence for a second, and then he just told Kay that he was letting her off with a warning and to drive more slowly. He handed back Kay's license and turned around without another word. The 3 of them got back in the car, and before Kay could even start her engine, the Tahoe pulled off and sped away.
So what do you think? What do you think that's all about?
Power trip.
I
I think
don't
it was
think
a power
so.
trip.
I
I
don't think
think it
so.
was someone impersonating a cop.
Yeah, see, I think it was clearly someone impersonating a cop by the whole like, oh well, he wasn't wearing things that a cop would wear, all that. And then there's that whole, part where they said they were in the military and he left.
Unless
So,
he's just a shitty security guard.
no, I don't think so. I think
think
what
so.
happened, I mean, it's possible, but I think what happened, if this story is even true, is, which is likely not, is this guy was planning on, like, killing them, kidnapping them, something like that. And then they said, oh, well, we're in the military. And he was like, oh, well, maybe they're not the best people to be trying to kill because they're in the military. And they'll probably kill me before I can kill them. Let's see what
The
happens.
three of us were dumbfounded. Seabass couldn't stop talking about how those guys weren't real officers. They would have done something shady had we all been civilians. There really wasn't much more we could do, so Kay just got back on the highway. Austin was actually a really good time, and by the time we got back to base, we had all but forgotten about the stop. It wasn't until about a week later that I was reminded of it. I was sitting in the rec room watching the local news with Seabass when a story came on that made me freeze up. Apparently, a man and woman had been found dead in a ditch along a stretch of highway just outside of San Angelo. According to the reporter, the victims had been robbed and murdered, and investigators believe they were dumped there the night before. What really got me, though, was the next part. The vehicle found abandoned near the scene was a black Tahoe. Police confirmed it had been reported stolen months earlier, several states away. Seabass and I instantly went to find Kay, and the three of us agreed we had to tell the police about what we had seen. We told the police everything, and part of me felt a surge of guilt for not telling them sooner. Even to this day, I still think about how Kay's bumper sticker may have saved our lives that day. I can't help but think about how easily it could have been us in that ditch had we not been military.
No shit.
All right, so how'd you feel about that story?
Like I said before, it's those people who try to impersonate cops just so they can lure people in to kill them. I think it's like a group, like a cartel who like goes and kills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that, or human
It's
traffickers or
either
something.
it's true, and they're saying what they're saying is true, or it's just yapping cat.
Well, obviously, a lot of these are fake. I mean, they're submitted by people who have never left their mom's basement. Like these are Redditor stories. Well, they're not, but like they're not Reddit stories, but they're written by people who probably frequent Reddit. Here, like if I pull up,
Yeah.
here, there's this channel I know that actually does like Reddit stories, and you can tell that they're Reddit stories, like, because they just see the traits of a Reddit story are making you be the hero. Like the person in the story is always the hero. The person writing the story is always the hero because they all have some savior complex, and they write the story to make them seem really cool. So they're always the hero. And then the other thing that I notice a lot is they usually talk about things that couldn't happen in a way that is very clearly trying to convince you that it's like completely true. But they do it in such a terrible way that it just convinces you even more that it's not a true story. Like, they're awful. We'll react to one of those after this playlist, but for now, next story.
I've always been a really private person. That's part of the reason I've waited so long to put this story out there. I can't think of many worse things than this story getting traced back to me somehow, But I was recently thinking about how it would be a shame to leave this earth without circulating it. So here it goes.
That's a crazy
I just want
statement.
people to know that I'm really stepping out of my comfort zone doing this. About 10 years ago, I was on a solo road trip from West Patterson, New Jersey to Fort Worth, Texas. I was on the way to visit my parents, whom I
Why
hadn't
is it
seen in a
always to
while.
Texas?
I'd
What?
moved out of
Why is it always to Texas?
I don't know. Texas is a great place, but I don't know.
I don't know. Texas has a lot of paranormal stuff.
Texas
I
is,
wish there
yeah.
was I wish their laws were different out there. I would definitely live in Texas.
Yeah, I miss Texas. For those
Yeah.
of you who don't know, we were all born and raised in Texas, but Texas sucks now.
Yeah, banned on weed.
Not banned, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's passed yet.
You can't carry it publicly.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna do it either in 2025 or 2026.
Yeah, it is 2025, by the way. But yeah,
Fort Worth years earlier and hadn't been back much since.
B,
So
you
this
gotta
trip
realize
felt
we're halfway
overdue.
through 2025 already.
a little less, but yeah, we're like a month away.
Somewhere in the middle of nowhere, maybe Arkansas or the edge
Damn.
of Oklahoma, I can't really remember exactly, my car started acting up. I tried to ignore it for a while, but eventually I had no choice but to pull over. There wasn't much around, just trees, open field, and a long empty road behind me. I popped the hood and started poking around, pretending I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I was just sort of killing time, but I didn't want to admit that I was basically helpless. I figured I'd poke around for a bit, and once that failed, I'd call AAA. I didn't actually have AAA, so I was really pissed because I knew they'd charge me an arm and a leg. A few minutes later, though, I heard a car pulling up behind me. It was a nondescript, white pickup truck. I remembered noting to myself that it didn't have a front plate, or at least not one I could see. The driver's door opened and a man stepped out. If I had to guess, I'd say he was in his mid-30s, maybe a little older, but worn down in a way that made him seem older than he probably was. He had curly hair and a long, uneven beard that looked like it hadn't been trimmed in years. He seemed like the kind of guy you could tell worked with his hands a lot, if that makes any sense. He honestly kind of looked like an older version of me. Same build, same height, same hair color, just a bit less well-groomed than I am. He walked over slowly, giving my car a once-over as he approached. He didn't ask if I needed help so much as assume it. Before I even said anything, he was already leaning over the engine like he knew what he was doing. I spoke up and told him what happened, then thanked him for stopping to help me. He told me he was a mechanic, and based on how quickly he got to work, I didn't question it. I was already thinking about how I could repay him for the help when he said something that kind of surprised me. After a minute or two of fiddling, he stepped back and gave the engine a look that didn't exactly inspire confidence. He muttered something about needing a compression tester. Apparently, without it, the car wasn't going to start no matter what. Then he glanced over to his truck and said his friend, another mechanic, might be able to bring one over. I honestly had no idea what the part even was that he was talking about, but he seemed genuine, so I believed him. I thanked him again, and he pulled out his phone, presumably to call his buddy. He froze up for a few seconds while looking at his phone screen, and then put his phone back in his pocket, saying it was dead. He then asked if he could borrow mine to make the call. I didn't even think twice about it. I pulled my phone out of my pocket and
This is a
handed it
very
to him without a
elaborate way to
second
steal a
thought.
phone.
He took it with one hand, and then, almost in the same motion,
It is a
reached
very
into his jacket
long
with the other and pulled
way
out
to
a
steal
gun.
phone.
Yeah,
I
just
instantly knew what was about to
like
happen.
rob him.
He didn't say much, just told me to sit down
Not
on
for
the
real,
shoulder
you have
and
a
not
truck.
try anything stupid. His voice didn't shake. He'd clearly done something like this before, or at least thought about it enough for it to seem practiced. I did what he said. The whole thing felt strangely calm, like we were both just going through something totally normal. He rifled through my pockets and took my wallet, my backpack from the passenger seat, and even had me show him the password to my phone. Then he drove off, and that was that. I had literally just been robbed on the side of the road. I know I'm speaking about it calmly now.
I'd like to give some advice to anyone who may be watching this. If you ever get robbed, and they want they take your phone and they want the password, don't give it to them. Give them a fake passcode. Like, I don't know, say some random numbers, because if they want your passcode, that means they're trying to get information out of your phone, which means they might be looking for your address in your phone. And if they get your address, well, then your house is getting broken into. So like, don't give them your passcode. Tell them a fake passcode.
But you best believe I was livid at the time. I don't think even now I've ever been more angry in my life. Unfortunately, there's more to this story. Much more. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but someone eventually did stop and help me. After getting my car started, they were even nice enough to give me directions all the way to my parents' house so I could do it without my phone. I made it to Fort Worth later that night, and given the circumstances, my visit with my parents was actually really nice. The next few weeks were a blur of canceling cards, replacing IDs, updating passwords, and basically recovering everything I'd lost. It was annoying and time-consuming, but I eventually squared away as much as I possibly could, and I got on with my life. Fast forward like 6 months, and that's when things started to hit the fan. One day, I got a letter in the mail from some bank I didn't recognize. It was addressed to me, thanking me for opening a new line of credit. I figured it was a scam at first, or just some kind of junk mail, but then another one came. This time from Best Buy, with a card I'd supposedly opened and already racked up over $1,000 on. The charges were all from a random town in Tennessee. At first, I was more confused than anything, but that's when it hit me. I had forgotten until that exact moment that my social security card was likely in my wallet when I had gotten robbed. And now, the guy who had robbed me had everything he needed.
It means you're not a person anymore. If they have your social security, depending on the circumstances, like if you don't have anything else, you're not a legal person anymore. So that's cool.
To become me. The next month of my life was a living hell.
That's what
My
happened to
credit
Sebastian,
report was a
guys.
mess.
That is
Hard
not what
inquiries,
happened
new
to me. I am
cards,
here
balances
legally,
didn't
and
spend. Felt like every
I
day
belong
was
here.
Something new.
This is where I am.
Any of you have dealt with
Yep,
identity
I'm
theft.
legal.
You know how hopeless it can seem.
Why'd you
I
sound
filed
so
a report with the FTC, placed
defensive?
a fraud alert on all
Why do you sound like such a faggot?
3
Why you
credit
sound like a
bureaus.
fucking
Who even
pussy?
froze my
Why you
credit.
sound like a bitch,
I
bitch?
went to the police and gave them
Why you
everything
sound
I
like a
had,
fucking
but without a
cocksucker, you
name
fucking
or a
dick
license
sucker.
plate, they apparently couldn't do a thing. I filed
Faggot.
the formal
Okay.
report anyway, just to have a
Pussy.
paper trail. I even called the local police
Meanie
departments
head.
in each of the towns where fraud had occurred. I followed every step you're supposed to follow, but somehow it
Sausage
wasn't enough.
fingers.
What?
Things kept escalating. Whoever was stealing my identity was being extremely cautious about it.
I am like
A few
the
weeks
skinniest
later,
person
I got a
you
call from
know,
my
you
health
fucking
insurance
idiot.
provider. Someone had received
You know
emergency
what?
care under my name at a hospital
know
in
what?
Georgia.
You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what?
What is that guy's name? You like Rusty Spoon Dre.
Shut the fuck up.
It wasn't just a
Lettuce
billing issue.
fingers.
There were
Salad
now records
fingers.
in my file that didn't belong
Salad
to me.
fingers, that's what it
Stuff
was.
that could actually screw me over if I ever landed in the hospital and couldn't speak for myself. I obviously reported everything to the police again, but that was the last straw for me. I decided to take matters into my own hands.
Shoot him.
From then on, I transformed my whole lifestyle and spent every ounce of my free time trying to track down the perpetrator myself.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They have to make themselves the hero. So like his phone got he got robbed and all his shit got taken. So now they're gonna turn into John Wick and go get their shit back themselves. I need my revenge for you stealing my phone. Like, I get it. Go get your lick back. But you don't gotta be fucking John Wick, you fucking prick. Fuck you, bitch.
I set up Google alerts for my name and any recent cities tied to the fraud. I checked my credit report constantly. I scanned forums and dug through social media. I did everything I could think of. One night, on a whim, I decided to start checking Craigslist. I focused on cities tied to the fraud, places where charges had shown up from or mail had come from. After looking around for a while, something caught my eye. It was a posting from Jackson, Tennessee. The listing was for a bunch of used power tools and some other miscellaneous items. I wasn't sure why it stood out to me
Miscellaneous,
so
yep.
much, but the longer I looked, the more familiar it seemed. And then it clicked. Everything listed matched up perfectly with some of the things that had been charged to that Best Buy card. I sat there for a while, unsure what to do. Eventually, I responded to the listing, saying I was interested in a couple of the items and asked if they were still available. I debated trying to attach a tracker link or something clever, but I didn't want to spook whoever it was. If it was him, and he got even a hint that someone was onto him, he'd vanish. So I kept it simple. To my surprise, it didn't seem like the guy was onto me at all.
No, he wouldn't. You see, you seem to be putting a lot more like faith in the severity of crimes. You got robbed. There are people getting murdered every single fucking day. There are people whose houses got burnt down by someone. There are people who got ran over by someone and they drove off. The police are not going to spend their time fucking having a whole fucking operation going trying to get your fucking wallet back. They're going to be focused on trying to catch the serial killer that's been fucking murdering people. No one is that important that their belongings are more important to the police than any of the hundreds of other worse crimes going on.
After exchanging some emails over the next few days, he gave me a time and a public place to meet, and he told me to bring cash. The meeting was supposed to be the next day. I debated driving all the way to Tennessee myself, but I couldn't bring myself to. There's no telling what I would have done to that guy had I seen him in person a second time. So instead, I called
This
the
is
police
surreal.
department in Jackson to see if they remembered my case. They did, and I basically pleaded with them to help me out. I gave them everything I had and damn near prayed. By some miracle, they told me the details lined up just well enough for it to be worthwhile. They said they'd at least talk to him and see if there was any information they could get out of him. The next day, after a little back and forth, I got the guy to tell me he was driving a red pickup truck. I communicated that with the police and waited. After legitimately several hours, they called me. When they told me what had happened, I wanted to drop on my knees, I swear on my life. The officer told me that as soon as the guy spotted the patrol cars near the meetup spot, he immediately sped out of the lot. He didn't even try to play it cool. That alone was enough to raise red flags, so they followed him. Not long after, the guy ended up losing control of his truck and crashing into a ditch. It wasn't a major accident, but it was enough to get officers legally involved beyond just a casual questioning. According to them, he was a total wreck, visibly shaken, panicking, talking in circles, you get it. As soon as they even mentioned the Best Buy items, he folded. He admitted he didn't know where the stuff had come from, that it wasn't his, and that a friend had given it to him, and he had independently decided to resell it. It could not have been more perfect. The guy ratted out his friends, and with his cooperation, the police were able to acquire enough evidence to arrest the real perp. I've never felt more relief in my life. Like I said earlier, I'm not trying to have this traced back to me, so I'm gonna keep things vague from here on out. I will say this much though, the guy who robbed me wasn't acting alone. Turns out, there were 3 of them total. The craziest part is that I wasn't the only victim. From what I was told, they'd been targeting travelers and isolated drivers up and down a few different interstate corridors, mostly in the south. Eventually, all 3 of them were caught, charged, and put in jail. I'm not going to say much more than that, but what I will say is justice was served.
So how do you guys feel about that one?
That's
50-50.
absurd.
I don't know.
What
It
about
sounds
you?
like a common
I feel
case
like
with
he
the
was
old
being
school.
honest and sometimes he was lying.
Okay. So, Eli, what were you saying?
It sounds like the old school punch made devs.
So I feel like basically the major problem with this story is that no police officer would ever take this much or put this much effort into finding someone who robbed someone else. There are, like I said, hundreds of other worse crimes going on all the time. And to try to push the idea that the police would, you know, put a sting operation together basically to catch some guy who robbed you is fucking ridiculous.
Well, he
Like,
took his identity too, so he's an identity fraud too.
yeah, but well, for one, that's like, yeah, it's a big problem. It's very illegal. But they're still not gonna put a fucking whole sting operation together, I would think.
Mm,
I
yeah.
don't I don't think they would put
That's
this much
debatable.
effort into it. But anyway, next video is this one. Countryside horror stories. I think I know me and Eli have lived in the country. Have you, D?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So this is something familiar.
My name is Evan. I'm 28 years old. After my divorce, I moved to a small town named Chatham in Alabama. Apart from my parents' house, I didn't really have anywhere else to go, so I came to live in my grandfather's old house. He passed away a few years ago and left the place to us. It's about 10 minutes outside town, sitting on 10 acres surrounded by woods. It's real quiet out there.
Nice
I
view,
thought
nice
I'd
view.
enjoy that. The house is old, wood floors that
Small
creak,
lot.
doors that stick, the kind of place that always feels a little cold no matter how high the thermostat is. But it was free, and I didn't have a better option. The first few nights were normal. I unpacked and cleaned. I spent the evening sitting on the porch with a beer. It was peaceful. No traffic, just the wind through the trees and the occasional owl. But then the noises started. The first time I heard it was on the 7th night. I had just gotten into bed around midnight. I was almost asleep when I heard whistling outside. It wasn't a song I recognized, just a slow, broken tune, off-key. It sounded like someone walking through the woods behind the house, whistling as they went. It creeped me out, but I figured it was some hunter or drunk neighbor. The next night, it happened again. Same time, same tune, but this time it sounded closer. I got out of bed and turned on the porch light, but I didn't see anyone. I went outside with a flashlight and checked around the yard. Nothing. No tracks, no sounds of someone running off, just the whistling, fading deeper into the woods. I tried to ignore it.
The
For a
speaker.
couple of nights, I just stayed in bed and tried to sleep through
Nah,
it.
I don't
But
think
every
so.
time, the whistling would start around 1:17 a.m. I know that sounds like a random number, but I swear it was always around 1:15 or 1:19, somewhere there. It was like clockwork. I started thinking maybe someone was messing with me on purpose, someone who knew I was out there alone. I called the sheriff's office a few days later. An old deputy, who I'll call Deputy H, came out. He'd been in the job a long time. When I told him what was happening, he got real quiet. He said word for word,
Ugh.
your granddaddy used to call us about the same thing. Said someone was whistling around the property late at night. Always in the
didn't happen.
spring. We never found anything. I figured he was just getting old, but now you're hearing it too. That shook me. I had no
Wow.
idea my grandfather dealt with this. Deputy H told me to keep the doors locked and stay inside after dark. I started doing that. Not like I wasn't already. I double-checked every window. One night I even put chairs under the doorknobs, but the whistling kept coming. Closer every night. One night I heard it behind the shed. It was louder than usual.
Do what I'm
like
doing.
the person was
Design a
standing right
custom
outside.
gun and then
I
shoot 'em
grabbed my
with it.
flashlight and looked through the blinds. I didn't see anyone, but I didn't dare go outside. The next night, I heard it from the front porch, right by the door. 3 long whistles, then silence. The night after that, it came from under the floorboards. I swear to God, it was like someone was in the crawl space, whistling up through the vents.
And there's probably someone in the crawl space.
I didn't sleep at all that night. I started digging through the attic the next day, trying to find anything my grandfather left behind. I found a box of his journals. He wrote about the whistling. He said it happened every spring for over 10 years. He didn't know who it was, but he thought it was someone watching the house. He said he used to sit up with a rifle by the front door just in case. He said it only ever happened when he lived alone. After
Maybe
my
that's what you
grandmother
should
died.
do.
I called Deputy H again. He came by and read the journal, and he looked nervous. He
Put a
told me to be
rifle next to
careful.
the door?
He said, don't open the door if you don't know who it is.
Yeah, it's really that simple.
That night, I stayed up. I sat on the couch with a shotgun across my lap, a shotgun I barely knew how to load. I waited. At 1:17 a.m., the whistling started again, but this time, it didn't come from outside. It came from the hallway, inside the house. I froze. The hallway light was off. I could hear the whistling moving closer, step by step. I stood up, aimed the shotgun, and shouted, "Who's there?" The whistling stopped. I flipped the hallway light on. Nothing was there. No one. I didn't sleep
Okay,
again
the
after
only
that.
thing you've said is hi,
It
which
was
makes
2
me
nights
think you're a
since
bot.
then.
Get out of my
I
stream
hadn't
if
heard
you're a
it
bot.
again.
Fuck you.
I was getting sick. I didn't know who this person was. I didn't know why they picked me or my grandfather, but it was real, and I knew it was. I don't believe in hallucinations to that degree, nor do I believe in anything paranormal. This was a real person. After that night, things went quiet for 2 days. No sounds, no movement, no sign of anything. I thought maybe it was finally over. On the 3rd night, I went to bed just after midnight. I didn't stay up this time. I left the hallway light on just in case. At exactly 1:17 a.m., I woke up to a new sound. Not whistling, knocking. Slow, paced out knocks. 3 of them. They were coming from inside the house, from the back door. Then silence. I didn't move. I stayed in bed, listening. A minute later, I heard a new sound. A creak from the floorboard in the hallway. Then another. Someone was walking. The hallway light went out. I grabbed my shotgun, heart pounding, and stepped out of the bedroom. The hallway was dark, but at the end of it, I saw something. A person wearing black clothes, pale face. They were standing perfectly still, just watching me. I raised the shotgun, but my hands were shaking. I tried to speak, but my mouth was dry. I raised the shotgun, but my hands were shaking.
You already
I
said
screamed,
that.
"Don't move," with my shaky voice. I saw in the dark the person slowly start lifting their leg and turning as if they were about to run. I screamed, "Stop," and at that moment they darted out of the hallway, out of my line of sight. I heard their surprisingly heavy footsteps stomping out the front door into the dark. I ran outside and fired a shot, not into the air, but straight ahead into the darkness, low-key hoping I'd hit him in the dark.
That's
I screamed,
murder.
"Don't come back."
You can't do that.
The shot hurt my ears,
Can't
ricocheting off
shoot
the
someone
walls of
who's
the
running
house
in
and
the
deck.
back.
I locked up the house, got to my truck, and drove into town. I slept in my truck that night. The next morning, Deputy H drove out there, and the front door to the house was unlocked again. That confirmed whoever that person was had a key to my grandfather's house. Nothing was broken or missing, but Deputy H recommended I change the locks, and he also off the record suggested I move out of that old place, because someone out in those woods hasn't taken kindly to either my grandfather or myself being in that house. I drove out to the local home improvement store and switched the locks that day, that same hour. After that, I left that house to go to my parents' house out of state for a while. I left it to my dad to eventually sell that house. Anything of sentimental value we took out, and the rest was just left in there or sold. My father, of course, left out the fact that there's some creep who's been stalking the house for apparently decades now.
That's really
How they
fucked up.
potentially
That's
got a
something
key,
you should.
who they were,
you
why
should,
my grandfather never said
tell
anything,
people.
I don't know. It all disturbs me deeply. I personally think it was some disturbed creep living in a nearby house. I eventually moved to a more urban area. This experience left me honestly too unsettled to live in a remote location. I'm 16 and live in the city now, but I've spent the first 8 years of my life in the countryside. For some people, it might seem weird, as I was allowed from a very young age to walk around the small village without being supervised by my parents. The area itself wasn't very big, and the entire population was about 90 people maximum. Basically, everyone knew everyone, to the point that me and my friends remembered the car numbers and whom they belonged to.
Oh, I forgot. How'd you guys feel about that last one?
It was.
It was alright. I didn't really believe it.
I like the part where they said they were. I like the part where they said they shot and were hoping it would hit them in the back. That's murder. You can't do that. If someone is running, and they're running away from you, no matter what they did to you, you can't shoot them in the back. That's murder. So, I kind of wanted to see the conclusion of that one, to see how they beat the case. But other than that, good story. Next.
Too. It was a hot summer day. My friend and I, who I'll call Julian, were dead thirsty for some Coca-Cola. Back then, soda was very cheap at those little supermarkets, and we really needed a couple of pennies to get the right amount of money to buy 2 cans. Luckily, an old woman called us from her house. She explained that she was going to make some mint tea for everyone since her birthday was coming up. The issue was, she ran out of mint plants, so she told us that if we'd fill 2 plastic bags with mint leaves, she would buy us as much soda as we wanted.
That is the most
Julian and I
bullshit
thought it was
thing
a
I've
great
ever heard in
idea,
my life.
since I didn't want to ask my parents for any money. Soon later that day, we started digging. The sun was literally frying our foreheads, and our clothes were soaked in sweat. We searched for mints, but despite our efforts, we barely filled half of the first plastic bag. Both of us were very mad, since we knew there was no way we would actually manage to gather enough leaves before the sun went down. Still, we kept walking and looking around, hoping that some miracle would happen and we would find a field full of plants. Suddenly, 2 tall guys approached us, completely out of nowhere, and when I say tall, they were probably like 5'7", yet they seemed like giants to our 7-year-old selves. And what surprised me the most was that they were both covered in black clothes, with large hoodies and tight pants. None of them looked older than 17, despite being very hard to make out their facial features. They talked to us in a very friendly, childish voice, their words carefully chosen to not raise any suspicion. "Are you kids both alone?" Julian looked at me. He seemed a little worried, and made a hand gesture that signed to leave. Unfortunately, body language was never my cup of tea, so I didn't understand what he wanted us to do. I shifted my attention back to the 2 guys, and spoke in a rather cheerful voice, saying, "Yeah, we're actually looking for some mint plants," and then asked where we could find a bunch of those. We've been looking for so long and we're really tired. Now, I'm not really sure, but I have a short flashback of one of the 2 guys smirking when they heard what we were looking for. One of them crouched next to me and patted my head. Julian quickly came close to me, pulling me back by the arm a little when he saw the guy touching me. His expression was serious, almost a little panicked, and he asked, "Who are your parents?" You see, from where I come from, that question requested the answer to be by last name, since there were so few people, not many new generations were born. So asking who your parents were was a common way to identify the entire bloodline of the person. Julian was born in the countryside, so he knew the people much better than me. I assume he was scared because he didn't recognize the 2 guys, and the fact that they were talking to 2 small kids without anyone around and even patting my head instantly sent a red flag to him. Just as he feared, they avoided the question, looking like I was their main interest. "Actually, I've seen a big field of mints. You see that hill over there? That's where we come from. If you want, we could lead you to the field and help you fill those bags, or even more." Of course, we knew that hill. Julian and I and the other kids would play hide and seek in its forest at night, and it was such fun I can't even describe it. But still, not once have I ever seen any sort of mint field. After all, The only things that grew there were corn, grapes, and some watermelons. Again, I was a very idiotic kid, and all of those red flags meant nothing serious to me. I nodded eagerly, pulling Julian by the arm to come with me. The guys seemed satisfied and began to lead the way. We were walking further and further away from the village, and I could feel my friend's hand tremble in mine. At that point, I felt a sudden shiver down my spine, as the village was now completely nowhere to be seen. The forest was right in front of us, and I could see that there was no trace of any field of mint. I tried asking the guys where we were going, but they gave very vague answers like, "You'll see," or "Just be patient." I began to sweat as well, and slowed my steps a little. Panic was rushing through my veins, and I quickly realized something bad was going to happen. But for some reason, I couldn't stop walking. I knew for sure that if either of us tried to step back, something really, really bad would happen. Then, very discreetly, Julian came close to my ear, and I still get chills remembering this so vividly. He whispered as silently as he could, "There's something wrong with these two. Run." That was the last thing I heard when Julian began sprinting downhill like crazy, his hand not breaking contact with mine for a single second. I was running as if my life depended on it, and it probably did, actually. I could hear the two guys curse, and eventually they started chasing us from behind. I started crying loudly with fear, not stopping in my tracks. I'm sure I wasn't even breathing, and I can't understand how in the world I ran for almost 2 kilometers back into the village without a break or a breath. The woman who asked us to look for the mint saw us both, full of tears and sweat. Our faces were pale, as if all the blood left our bodies in that very moment. At some point as we got closer to the village, those guys must have stopped following us. She calmly took us inside and gave us some chocolate to feel better. She asked what had happened, and Julian was the one to tell her, since my mouth was completely paralyzed. As soon as he finished, the woman gave us a worried look and scolded us for being so stupid. Well, scolded Julian, as he lied, saying I didn't want to follow them, and he insisted on trusting the guys. After that incident, he wasn't allowed to come outside and play for a month, while I needed lots of time to recover from the small trauma. I never found out who those guys were, or what they wanted from us. Looking back now, much older, I can likely guess, and that doesn't sit well with me. While we were running, there was a huge chance I could have tripped and fell, since running downhill at that speed was very risky. If it wasn't for Julian, who is now my boyfriend, I don't even want to imagine what those guys would have done to us.
That's
Nigga,
retarded.
what the
That's fucking retarded.
Dog, what the fuck?
That's fucking retarded. How do you feel about that one? His face is very weird. You look like a crackhead.
Go back. Go back.
To
Go
where?
back. What the fuck did dude just say?
To which part?
Now he's my what?
They wanted from us.
What?
Looking back now, much older, I can likely guess, and that doesn't sit well with me. While we were running, there was a huge chance I could have tripped and fell, since running downhill at that speed was very risky. If it wasn't for Julian, who is now my boyfriend, I don't even want to imagine what those guys.
Eli's making funny faces, guys.
Fucking quit. You fucking quit. I ain't say it. I ain't say it. What the fuck kind of story is that, though?
All right. I'll give that
Okay,
one. I give that one a 3.5 out of 96.
I give that shit a -2.
Fuck you. Next story.
Guys would have done to us. My parents used to work a lot when I was little. They both had to work 2 jobs because they needed extra support for me and my older brother Cameron. Their jobs kept us on our feet, but still required them to be gone most of the time, so they hired a babysitter for us on some website. It was a young white girl, maybe early 20s, named Michelle.
That's
For about
racist.
4 to 5 months, Michelle came over every weekday to babysit us. Me being 7 and Cam being 8, we both loved having Michelle around. She was young, polite, and very energetic, which meant we could have a lot of fun playing with her versus some old lady that's always tired and in a bad mood. Cam and I did online classes because school would be too hard for my parents to keep up with. Michelle also helped with that a lot. When summertime came around, my parents told Michelle she should go relax for a bit. You know, they wanted her to have a nice summer vacation, especially after all she'd done for us. But that also meant that we didn't have a babysitter for the summer. My parents didn't want to go through the process of finding a trustworthy babysitter, so they decided to just take Cam and I to our grandparents' house. They lived in Texas in the countryside, which is a little far from our house in Oklahoma.
Texas again. Is Texas again. That's great.
But it would be worth a drive given we'd be there all summer.
We just have the
The
serial
weekend came
killer
around.
state, I guess.
Huh?
They just have their killer.
I guess they have a serial killer state, I guess.
Yeah.
And on Saturday,
Pretty
we started our drive.
crazy. What
The ride was
fuck?
beautiful,
Okay.
but obviously to little me, it was the most boring, nauseous experience ever. We finally made it to their house after what felt like forever. It was a medium-sized cabin-looking house in the middle of a big open field and woods around the back. A little off to the side was kind of a barn-style building with an area for animals such as cows, goats, chickens, and other cool stuff. We all said our hellos, and right away, my grandpa wanted to take Cam and I on a little tour around the place. My parents stayed inside talking to my grandma as she cooked dinner for us. The night was amazing. We got to catch up with Grandma and Grandpa, and we played a little bit with their dog Cora. When it was time for bed, my brother and I shared a room with a bunk bed and a TV. The room next door was another bedroom where my parents slept. My mom and dad fell asleep very fast because they were tired from the drive, and they had to be home the next day for work on Monday. Cam and I stayed up a little bit longer watching some cartoons on TV. After a bit, we finally went to sleep with the TV on. Around 2
Go back. This whole thing is because they don't have a babysitter. Who the fuck needs a babysitter? Are you fucking 4? You little bitch.
a.m., I was woken up by the sound of footsteps outside my window. Heavy footsteps. I couldn't
What was
see
that
what was
question
out
again,
there
Smash?
because the
Faggot. Wait, who the fuck needs a babysitter? The whole point of this story is like
You when
they
you're
didn't-
drunk.
That's different. That is different. These people are saying they have a babysitter every single day.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. That's retarded.
window had blinds over them. The footsteps didn't wake up Cam because the TV was still playing, but I could still hear them. I then heard a weird noise coming from the window, and after 2 seconds, I heard a grunt. Someone was trying to open it. I went to my parents' room to wake them up and tell them. They didn't really believe me and thought it was my imagination, of course, but when they went to check, nothing was there.
That really pisses me off when parents think, oh, it's just their imagination. Yeah, kids have good imaginations. You don't imagine something like that. Like, there's certain things that you cannot just imagine. You can't imagine a window being opened. That's not a thing.
So they just brushed it off as an animal sound. We were in the middle of nowhere after all, and maybe my kid brain really did think it was something it wasn't. I fell back asleep after 5 minutes of just laying there. In the morning, I woke up to the delicious smell of my grandma cooking breakfast as my parents were packing to go home. We all ate together, then my parents were off. Once they left, my grandpa took Cam and I to go feed the animals while taking Cora on a walk. I wanted to have Cora's leash, so my grandpa handed it to me, saying to hold on tight. As we were walking along the trail, I found myself having to pull Cora a little bit every 5 seconds. When I finally looked to see why she wasn't walking, I saw her staring at something. She was staring in the woods. I was a little scared to look in the direction, but when I did, I saw a black figure standing there staring at us. Even though it was all black, I could tell he was looking at us. He was half behind a tree with his hands on the wood, as if he were trying to peek over, but with his whole body. I
That's
turned to
not
my grandpa
racist.
to tell him, but him and Cam were already like 15 feet ahead of me. I ran to catch up with them while having to pull Cora a little bit, but once I told my grandpa about the man in the woods, the man vanished. It was like he was never even there. I thought I
Probably
would have been able
wasn't.
to see him if he ran off, but where could he have gone? My grandpa heard about what happened the night before, so me telling him something like that couldn't be me playing tricks on them. I could tell in his face that he was concerned, but he just told me that it was okay and that it was probably a deer in the distance, and that when I ran, I scared it off. After we fed the animals, we went back to their house. We enjoyed the rest of the day watching movies and playing outside in the sprinklers. That night, my grandma made the best dinner too. There was a lot of food, so after eating, I was really tired. I took a quick 10-minute bath and headed right to mine and my brother's room. Again, we watched cartoons for a bit and fell asleep. Around 1 a.m., I was woken up by the sound of humming outside the window. It was humming to the theme song of Cyber Chase, the show that was playing. Cam, being the heavy sleeper he was, didn't wake up to it, and as I said earlier, the blinds were over the window, so I couldn't see what it was.
Shoot
I knew
him.
for sure at this point it had to be a person. At first, I thought it was my grandpa outside smoking, and for some reason he started humming the intro because he heard it through the window. Of course, that was a dumb explanation. But
Yeah,
me
you're
being the kid I
stupid.
was, I yelled out, "Grandpa?"
You're
The humming
stupid. You're
stopped.
dumb.
After 30 seconds of no sound, I then heard, "Hey, it's Grandpa. Come out here, kid. I want to show you something cool." I then proceeded to put on my shoes and went
Why?
outside. There were no
Why?
lights, but I remember how
You
beautiful the
dumb
night sky
bitch.
looked. I finally got to my window where I saw my grandpa standing. He reached out his hand for me to grab it. I took his hand, and he started leading me towards the barn. I tried talking to him, asking where we
It's
were
not
going.
your
but no
grandpa,
answer.
you idiot.
I started to rethink what was happening. Why would my grandpa be outside at 1 a.m. showing me something cool? Why was he wearing a sweater with the hood up? Then I looked at my grandpa's hand and really paid attention to it, only to realize it wasn't my grandpa's hand. It was the hand of someone much younger. I tried to pull my hand away, but his grip only got stronger. I didn't want to let him know I knew something was wrong, so I stayed quiet, even though my heart was pounding. Then I looked behind him and noticed a long handle sticking out of the back of his pants.
Uh-huh.
That's when I really panicked inside. Suddenly, I heard my grandpa's voice calling from the house. I didn't say anything back, but the man turned his head toward the sound. In that moment of distraction, I yanked my hand free and started to back away. The man stood there for a second, then suddenly bolted toward the woods. I ran straight for the house, yelling for help. By the time I got inside, my grandpa was waiting for me with his arms wide open, and my grandma had the phone to her ear talking to the police. Not long after, the cops showed up and started searching the area. They found the man hiding in a ditch not far from the house. In that ditch was some stuff he'd taken from the barn, and most disturbingly of all, they said he had an axe tucked into the back of his pants. After further investigation, they found that the lock on my grandpa's shed had been broken off, leaving it open for anyone to get anything they pleased. In the shed were a lot of tools that could have caused more trouble. After a couple of days, my grandpa found out that that man turned out to be Michelle's ex-boyfriend, who I'll just call Dave. Dave admitted to have been stalking us and planned to take me that night.
Nope.
He figured
Didn't
it was
happen.
easier to take a little girl, so he went after me. He said he wanted to take me because he knew Michelle cared about me a lot, and if he had threatened to hurt me, he could make Michelle do anything. Dave stated he mainly wanted to use me to get back with Michelle because he wanted to start over and live a happy life with her. He claimed he was never actually going to hurt me. After this whole incident, our parents picked Cam and I up a week later and started looking for better jobs so they could
That's
be home with us
fucked.
more often. They also let
waited a
Michelle
week.
go, which is understandable.
That's crazy.
I'm so grateful that the police station wasn't that far from my grandparents' house. But most important,
How'd you feel about that one? I don't know where he went. But anyway, that concludes the reaction portion of the stream.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that one was.
Personally. Damn, how you feeling, Sebastian?
I'm chilling. Did you check if you have Red Dead?
I have not.
You should check. 'Cause that's what I'm doing next.
There's some Red Dead.
Yeah. Or honestly, I might go to bed. If you don't have it, I think I'm gonna like smoke and watch TV.
Damn, it's just crazy to look at. Like, yesterday's stream was your second most viewed stream.
I don't think that's true.
We are making a movement. With the point is,
Yeah. I don't think that's true though. Hold on. Checking.
okay, bet. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. No, my first video ever was my most popular stream.
The Project Cars.
No, my first stream ever.
Oh, it's not even uploaded anymore.
No, it's just uploaded as a video, not on the live streams.
Oh, it's just a video.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah, it was 67.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a strong third though.
Nah. Here, let me check.
Oh wait, no, not these other ones. Yeah, you're right. Okay. 53. Actually, I think
It's fifth.
Your most popular is your parkour compilation.
That's not a stream. We're talking about streams.
Oh.
And that's also not my most popular. My most popular was a concert.
Yeah, the Texas 2 concert.
And then my most popular, like, of all time was a short. But then if we go to the other channel,
Who was that fighting?
I don't know. These are just people I knew in middle school. That was like 5 years ago. I don't know. I don't remember these people. I don't care. Uh, when did I make this?
What the fuck did I just want? Okay,
What? Yeah, don't be watching the old shorts. They're kind of...
You're emoting in the fucking bathroom stall. I was like, okay.
What?
When you and Drace were doing parkour in the bathroom stall.
Wait, what video is that?
Where you're wearing like a Minecraft hoodie.
What?
Is that a Minecraft hoodie? Oh no, never mind. It's a green, kind of like a camo hoodie.
Yeah, that's like half of them. I wore that hoodie every day. I think I still have it
You
somewhere.
think it still fits?
No. Yeah, I took a lot of these down. Just kept the ones that got views. I'm not gonna like keep a video up if it doesn't get views. Anyway, uh, do you have Red Dead or no?
I do not.
Okay. Then I guess this is it for the stream with Eli today. You got anything you want to say?
It's been an honor being a part of the stream again. Catch you on the next one. Whenever.
We got a bunch of new videos coming out, so stay tuned for those. Yeah.
I guess.
I'm gonna go watch fucking YouTube. Where's the thing? Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna go watch YouTube. Fuck you. Like, subscribe. Fuck.
Bye to everybody. Oh shit! You know what? No. Never mind. You already ended the stream.
I didn't end the stream.
We forgot to do our rip before ending the stream.
Okay, yeah. You're right. All right. False alarm, everyone. This is not the end of the stream.
Damn, I look like a lesbian right now.
You are a lesbian.
No, you are, Sebastian.
Fuck yourself. I'm not no bitch.
Where is Derek?
I think Darian paid at some point during the stream. And we've just been continuing on without him.
I think he died when he took his blinker.
Might have.
I haven't heard from cousin Darian ever since. Darian, turn your camera on if you're alive.
Darian, say words if you're alive. Yeah, he's dead.
Darian!
Alright, I got my bowl loaded.
Dude, I think Darian fell asleep on the Discord call.
That's what I think too.
No fucking shot, bro. No way he fell asleep on stream 2 for fucking 2. No.
Damn. Alright. You got your cart?
You got the cart ready?
I got the bowl. Let's do this.
Dude, I can't believe Darian fell asleep, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Ready? Cool. So that's actually it for the stream now. If you enjoyed and you're watching this as a VOD, because we have some viewers. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, fuck you. Have a great night, everyone. And if you don't subscribe, I'll piss on your grave.
And whatever keeps making that fucking noise outside my house, I'm gonna fucking kill you.